everyone, my name is Kasha Sequoia Slavner. I'm a Gen Z documentary filmmaker. And as a filmmaker, storytelling and advocacy have always been inseparable to me. As I looked at the global challenges most critical to myself and my generation, the climate crisis was impossible to turn away from, but so was a need for peace in the world. I'm excited to introduce you to my newest documentary film. 1.5 Degrees of Peace is a character-driven feature documentary which follows the unfolding stories of youth living at the nexus of the climate crisis, militarization, conflicts, and systemic violence. The film contrasts the challenges of young leaders in their struggles for environmental justice, but also highlights the joy, community, and visionary solutions that exist within these movements. This intimate portrayal of young people sheds a light on how we can break down the silos between movements and find solutions to the most urgent existential crises of our times. Crises that are existential in nature can leave us feeling paralyzed, especially if the media we consume shows us no way forward. Many films focus narrowly on the climate crisis or conflicts or militarization topically. However, by showcasing the intricate links between these issues, we have the potential to bridge movements which have historically acted in silos. Documentary filmmaking can facilitate a deep emotional connection between humanity and our planet, and my approach prioritizes a shift in the narrative around climate storytelling, inviting us to challenge the way things currently are and see the way things could be. By elevating the stories of youth around the world at the forefront of leading sustainable solutions when their communities are in need, we can showcase what is possible when we invest in climate justice over extraction, when we invest in peace over war, and when we invest in our planet over profit. We are midway through production and will be shooting throughout the remainder of 2023. I can't wait to share the feature film with you all, but in the meantime, here's a demo we've put together to give you a glimpse into the story. Peace and climate justice are more connected than we realize. I'm Kasha Sequoia Slavner. I'm a Gen Z documentary filmmaker and a peace and climate activist from Toronto, Canada. I've been feeling so much anxiety about climate change. Uncertain, frustrated that people are making decisions for our generation without taking our future realities into consideration. We're still struggling to achieve racial justice, peace, gender equality, and now more than ever, climate justice.
The next generation is watching what we do. There is such a thing as being too late.
A code red for humanity, released today by the United Nations, paints a grim picture for our future unless we take action now.
So I decided to look into some of the root causes, and I learned just how much military industries are contributing to environmental destruction. This is kind of missing from the climate conversation, but it needs to be a part of the conversation. I'm on a mission to show just how closely connected peace and climate justice are.
Wars, a lot of militarization are taking away budgets, but are also putting a lot of carbon emissions in the air.
Through stories of youth making positive change.
Campaigning for climate justice is one that can be very, very tiring, very, very fast because of how slow world leaders are acting.
Movements of all kinds are pretty much single issue. They're siloed.
Peace and climate in our minds is sometimes hard to put them together. But it's so important for those two values to align.
And if that means merging issues, then we have to do it.
Unless we address these two issues together, our future is in danger. Youth around the world are living with the reality of the climate crisis and the reality of conflicts in their communities.
Those who are already exposed to violence and war are those who are also most vulnerable to the extreme weather events.
Peace is not possible in a world that is disrupted by climate change.
As the climate crisis continues and heightens, the risk of war and violence heightens.
Climate change and nuclear weapons, we have to deal with them together.
And stop both clocks ticking towards our extinction. How can we turn our anxiety about these existential threats into bold action that holds leaders accountable? How can we find hope?
The climate crisis isn't just about carbon dioxide emissions, it's about people.
What if people were as well trained in waging peace as soldiers are in waging war?
We need a peace movement to accommodate everyone because everyone's life is at stake.
A community led by the most marginalized sectors of society, fueled by this love for peace and love for the planet.
Take small steps, baby steps. The ripple effect will be very dramatic. Each one of us is powerful beyond measure.
It's my hope that these stories of courageous action ease our personal and collective anxiety, igniting us to stand together and catalyzing a unified intergenerational peace movement for the survival of our planet and all living beings.